so glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Mexico City Plaza here in Mexico City. Our main event should be a good one tonight. 10 rounds, welterweights going at it between these two great warriors.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the assassin, Matthews. His opponents in the blue corner, please welcome the Cobra Anderson.
All right, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's have a nice clean fight. All right, touch gloves. Let's box.
Little get to know you here in the opening round, scheduled for 10. Good looking right hand after he got hit. Blocked by the assassin. Matthews has got some swelling that now you figure his opponent's going to target. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Teddy, do you think the sport needs a national or international governing body?
Yeah, it's the only major sport, at least it used to be a major sport, that doesn't have that. And there's no unilateral control. And when there's no unilateral control across the board, well, you have too many spots that are weak for the sport, spots that do not serve the sport.
Good block there by the Cobra. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Halfway through round number 1.
In and out. In and out. Good job, buddy.
Anderson's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. It is a seesaw battle early on here. Amazing stuff out of these two.
Keep your distance.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Looks like he has some blood under his eye around the cheek. Matthews has got a bad cut now that's opened up on his cheek. Nice block by the assassin. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Throw punches, okay? Don't walk into him without throwing a punch.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Nice block by the Cobra. Matthews' cut man is going to need to be all over this side. The swelling seems to be getting worse.
Well, it's kind of like being a gardener. You have to start getting in there before the weeds come up. You can't wait until the weeds are all over the place and then pull them up. You're going to destroy those beautiful rose bushes. Well, it's the same thing here. You got to get to this eye before the swelling's there. You got to put that end swell, that cold piece of metal, onto that place early on.
Parries that punch away. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Well-placed counter punch by the Cobra. Matthews is now fighting two opponents. The man opposite him and his eye swelling.
Yeah, but you can't panic, Joe. This is boxing. You know, this is not the opera. These things happen, and champions win under these conditions. So right now, believe it or not, strategy. You got to stay calm, and you got to start thinking, okay, it's this eye that's swollen. I'm going to keep the fight on the side of the ring where I can see with my good eye. You got to really think that clearly in these kind of conditions.
Gets rid of that effort. Very clever move there. Little defense turns to offense. The counter punch by Matthews. Good block by Matthews. Able to land an uppercut. A nice block by Matthews. Just 10 seconds to go here in the second round. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motives.
He certainly don't stand in front of him.
Number 3 is underway. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Does it surprise you that he's not going to the body as much as he could be?
Well, what surprises me is that he doesn't have the intuitiveness, you know, just the instinct to understand, to recognize the situation. That's part of the ability of a good fighter, to recognize what he should be doing in a certain situation. He's not seeing that. He should be going downstairs.
Nice block by Matthews. And a well-placed counter by Matthews. Matthews is putting together punch stats tonight that fall right in line with what his strategy is. Outside fighter, throwing lots of jabs, landing lots of jabs.
Well, what it is the jab is the table setter, and the jab tonight has set up the table where he's been able to eat whenever he's wanted.
Matthews has got a cut. It looks like it's below the eye on the cheek, but it's something that needs to be monitored. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Off target with that hook. Good way to protect the midsection. Nice block by Matthews. Blocks that punch. Nice block.
Keep working the body.
Combo lands to the head. Final 10 seconds. Targeted counter punch by Matthews. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down blue or red corner what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Let's see some defense and more punches. Let's get on this one. Get the compress on it.
Teddy, what do you think here as we start this round? I mean, you watch what he did in that last round, and you got to think that he can get himself back into this fight.
Well, that's how he's got to be thinking it. That's kind of what he's made up of. He's not a front runner. You know, he's not a fast starter anyway. He's the kind of guy that his real strength is to be able to weigh you down, and to have a great resolve, and to be able to chip away. He's chipping.
It is unbelievable how this fight is being fought. Both guys unwilling to stop. One guy goes at it, the other guy meets him punch for punch.
Well, you've heard it before. You've heard the term used, one day at a time, to deal with something very difficult. Well, this is one round at a time. That is the only way these fighters, these warriors, could deal with this kind of pace.
Keep your hands moving. Finish with the...
Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Matthews' movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
A stinging counter punch after some fine defense by Matthews. "90 seconds to go here in this round. Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go. Oh, no, actually, I would say a little counter punching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him. Another flush shot to the head. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Keep it going. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. We come to the end of this round. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Boy, it's a very closely contested fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been, Joe, but it's going to be up now to the judges. Hopefully they have their eyes wide open, because they're going to have to look really closely, not just at the action overall, but who's landed the cleaner, more effective punches.
All right. Let's work on that track. It's not. It cuts nothing. Don't worry about it. Get on that. Get on that.
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score. Gotta hurt. Anderson stunned, and he is hurt. Matthews is showing some real guts here. Hey, this fight was not going his way at all, but somehow he has gathered momentum.
Yeah, he behaved like a fighter. He got through the tough times, and now guess what? Good times in front of him.
He was on wobbly legs not long ago. Now he's got his feet back under him.
What is that, a chin, or is that Mount Rushmore?
Good defense, just covering up down low. Matthews is coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Good job by drawing in his opponent and then landing the counterpunch by Matthews. Able to cover up that gut. Good block there by Matthews. Accurate counter punch by Matthews. Turned that hook over, but couldn't turn it into a connect. What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been. Final 10 seconds of this fifth round. And this round comes to an end. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas ringside. I'm just looking up at the corner here at this guy that just got tagged, Teddy, this fighter who just got stunned. And I'm thinking, boy, it's like the air's come out of him a bit. He looks just so dejected now.
Yeah, you know, right now he's on the side of a mountain. You know, he's up on a cliff, and he needs a rope to get down. So that's what you got to do, Joe. You don't look and say, hey, he's up on a cliff. We know that. Give him a rope. Give him advice to get down.
You need to move your head from side to side, okay? I want to see that head move.
So with the start of this round, we've reached the halfway point. Be interesting to see what we're in store for down the stretch of this fight. Matthews is now in a spot that many fighters have faced numerous times, and that is, how do you deal with seeing your own blood and knowing that you have incurred some serious damage? Look at that cut around the eye.
No, for a fighter to be able to move to the top, he's got to be tested in a lot of areas. Sometimes the test comes when he's hurt. He's hit on the chin. He's dropped for the first time. Sometimes the test comes when you drop the other guy and he gets up and he comes at you. And sometimes the test comes in the form of a cut, when you see your first blood, when you see it that it's your blood. How do you behave? We're going to find out right now.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Lands the counter. He got rocked earlier in this fight. I don't see him changing much up, Teddy. Would you be advising him that now is time for an adjustment?
Well, you have to have a plan B, maybe even a plan C when you come into it. Maybe he doesn't have one. Now, if he doesn't have one, you're not going to tell him to start changing up, because then you're basically saying, I don't know what to do, but, you know, we're in trouble.
His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. A little defense turns to offense by Matthews. Nice block by the assassin. What an impactful left hand by Anderson. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by the Cobra. They are bringing out the best in each other. I mean, you can just tell when they meet up in the middle of this ring, they're bringing out the best in each other. Boy, that's a big gash there on the cheek. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. So it's the end of the round. And as both men head back to their respective corners, Teddy, it brings up a good point that's many times not talked enough, but the culture of a corner and how guys conduct themselves. What was always your philosophy in organizing and running a corner?
Well, first of all, only one guy could be in charge. That's the trainer. You can't have too many cooks in the kitchen. It has to be organized like anything else. And you have to have calm people. You only have 1 minute. Maybe by the time the fighter gets back, maybe it's 50 seconds. So you have to be efficient. You can't have guys that are excited. They have to be able to control their emotions, just like the fighter does on the outside. And everyone has to know what their job is.
Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Protecting his head well with his guard. Unable to score with the uppercut that time. Blocks away that headshot. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot in. He just missed that shot up top. Good block by the assassin. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Solid counter punch by Matthews. As that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight. We'll take care of the swelling. Get on that now.
Round 8 is underway. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Nice block by Matthews. And a smart. Oh, Matthews is stunned and he is hurt. Oh, what a great ability to recover. Matthews' eye is an absolute mess. That cut is really a major issue. Now, if you're his opponent, it's got to be the primary target, right?
Yeah, in a way, but you don't want to get carried away where you're just aiming at one thing. You want to throw your punches. You don't want to go out there now, you know, start chucking for an exact spot there. You get caught up too much in that. If it's going to land, it's going to land in that area, and the damage will be done.
The tactical game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go, because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
Good block by Matthews. A stinging counter punch after some fine defense by the Cobra. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special offensive happening in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Gets rid of that effort. Comes right back with some offense of his own. You knew the swelling was bad. Now you see the result. The ref stepping in, stopping this fight. That's a TKO.
Your winner, the Cobra,
Anderson's your winner by TKO. Teddy, another impressive performance by him.
In every way, defensively, offensively, and finishing up.
That does it.